If you are applying for a UK visit visa for your friends, for your family, or even for yourself, I will show you how small mistakes can result into refusal. I will be also showing you a live demo of an application where the Home Office has refused on the grounds suggesting you are not a genuine visitor. I'll show you how and when and what they consider when they look at your live application. I'll be also answering your questions as to what if I don't have a bank statement? What if I don't own a house? How much bank statement do I need? What if my mom and dad are pensioners? What if my application is already been refused many times? And what if I got a criminal record? All these questions I'll be going through one by one. Before you apply for a UK visit visa, go on this website and put your country's name in to check whether you are on an exemption list or you need a UK standard visitor visa. Let's suppose if you are from countries like Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Oman, UAE, you don't have to apply UK standard visitor visa. You go on this link, I'll leave this in the description, and apply for electronic visa waiver. That means you can apply this 48 hours prior to your journey, or you can apply this 3 months prior to your journey. But bear in mind, when you come to United Kingdom and face the immigration officer, he will be treating you as a standard visitor, and he will be asking you questions to satisfy himself that you are a genuine visitor, and he will be questioning you how long your stay gonna be. And let's suppose if you are from countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, Malaysia, then you definitely need a UK standard visitor visa. Before we apply UK standard visitor visa, we have to see whether we are in the correct category. So let's suppose there are 5 types of visas. One is UK standard visitor visa. Second one is permitted engagement visa. That has recently been abolished. And I will be making another video to update you whether you can work on a UK standard visitor visa and what are those categories in which you are eligible to work. The third one is UK marriage visitor visa. The fourth one is transit visa. The fifth one is Chinese tour group visa. So we'll be discussing in this video is only UK standard visitor visa. So when you are submitting your application, first of all, you have to see what you are putting in your personal statement. If you are putting in your personal statement something where you're not going to back it up, highly likely you're going to get your application refused. Or for example, you're putting something which is contradicting to your personal statement, because you are giving an opportunity to the caseworker to scrutinize you on the basis of your personal statement. So what is personal statement? The personal statement is you are telling them this is your current situation. This is your statement, and they're going to look at your statement and your evidence. They're not going to back it up with something else. So for example, you say your monthly income is £12,000. It's too high. Still, realistically, we are just doing a rough calculation. So if it's £12,000, but you are showing the invoices or your expenditure is £20,000, but you never mentioned in your personal statement, the caseworker will never be convinced. He will scrutinize you on those bases. He will be asking you those questions, and that will raise alarm bells in his mind and doubts whether you are a genuine visitor. And this is same if you are stating that you will be living in United Kingdom for 15 days. But if he looks at your bank statement and see you are struggling with financially and you don't have enough savings, like you're going to spend 70 to 80 pounds a day, he will highly likely refuse your application. And same as if you look at this application,
this visa application is just for demonstration purposes, and I'm hiding the information of the applicant for data privacy. And it will give you some sort of idea as to how honest and straightforward you have to be with the caseworker. As you can see, this application was refused under Appendix V of the visitor visa rules on the grounds that the caseworker believes the applicant is not a genuine visitor. This applicant had his previously application refused, and in this application he tried to convince the caseworker by showing 2 sources of income and nevertheless also a UK sponsor to assist him with the accommodation. However, you can see the remarks of the caseworker refusing his application, suggesting it is your personal and financial circumstances which are of importance instead of the sponsor. You have to remember this. When you are applying for a UK visit application, the sponsor can only assist you in a very limited circumstances, but the burden is on you to show your stability back home and your strong family relations and commitments, and showing or convincing the caseworker that you are definitely going back after the mentioned visit time. And the burden is always on the applicant who is applying to convince the caseworker. This visa application was refused because this applicant financial information was not consistent with his personal statement, as his credit transactions were different to total debit transactions and contradicting to what his annual income was. He just got it mixed up, and that is why you have to be very straightforward and keep your information very simple as to how much your earning is, how much your wages is coming in your account, and what are your debit overall demands. You have to, when you're making your personal statement, you have to be very careful. A minor mistake can lead to a refusal.
Another question that is being asked is, how much money do I need in my bank statement? That is something, it depends solely on your individual circumstances. So let's suppose you have to calculate yourself as to your circumstances, whether you own any land. So the simple rule is, it depends on which country you are applying from. If you're applying from a country like India, Pakistan, again Bangladesh, Malaysia, you have to calculate the current currency rate as to United Kingdom's pound rate. And then you have to calculate how much money you're going to spend in United Kingdom during your visit and how long you're going to stay in United Kingdom. So let's suppose if someone is sponsoring you from United Kingdom and you're going to stay in their accommodation, then highly likely you're not going to spend £100 a day. And realistic figure will be £40 to £50. So if you are going to spend £50 a day, it depends on how many days you're going to live. And it is always a good idea to get a medical insurance, which is a travel insurance. It can convince the caseworker that you are a genuine visitor, and in case of any unfortunate event, your insurance company will cover those events.